Helo a croeso i'r adran amaeth yn Coleg Cambria Llysfasi. Fy enw i yw Jonathan Williams a dwi'n darlithwr yn amaethyddiaeth. Hello and welcome to Coleg Cambria Llysfasi today. My name is Jonathan Williams and I'm a lecturer in agriculture. I've come on today to talk to you a bit about the courses we do here in agriculture. Before we get started on that, I'm just going to let you watch a short introductory video. Thank you.
We are Cambria. We were rated excellent by Estyn inspectors. We inspire success. We provide learners with work experience, which enables them to have the very best employment opportunities. We are the highest performing college in Wales. We lead the way with our world-class facilities. We partner with top universities to bring degrees to your doorstep. We have raised over £500,000 for charity since 2013. We impact positively on the wider communities we serve. We change thousands of lives every year. We can change yours. Your success starts here.
Hello, welcome back. Okay, so I just want to talk to you about, as I said, the courses here you can study in agriculture. Okay, so there's 4 courses altogether split up in the agriculture department, going from level 1 right the way through to the level 3 extended diploma in agriculture. Okay, so the first one is the level 1 into land-based industries. And we call it land-based industries because we do a mixture in there with machinery, woodland, and obviously agriculture. The level 1 course is very practical based. Okay, so it's for you, those who more enjoy the practical side of things rather than the theoretical stuff. Okay, it's a 3-day-a-week course, and the entry requirements for that are either completing an entry-level award in Llysfasi or Coleg Cambria, or 4 GCSEs at grade E or above, including maths and English. Okay, and what you'd be studying on those on that module would be, just let me get it. Would be things like tractor driving. You'll do livestock practical, livestock production and breeds, bit theory work in that. You'll do wildlife and countryside management, and to name a few others. Okay, so on completion of that, you can go on to the level 2 diploma. Now there's 2 courses in the level 2. You have the level 2 in land-based industries, which is very similar to the level 1 diploma in land-based industries, or you can go on to the level 2 technical extended certificate in agriculture. Okay. So, as I said, the entry requirements for this are either you go on and complete the level 1 award, or we're looking at now 4 GCSEs at grade D or above. Okay, and the main differences between the 2 courses is the level 2 technical extended certificate in agriculture revolves around 1 externally set exam, which is usually taken in March, and then we have an internal, what we call synoptic assignment, where the learner is given a situation to resolve, so either practically or theoretically in the classroom. They have to draw on all the information given to them from teaching to complete that task. So we've got an exam, 1 exam, and then a synoptic assignment for the level 2 technical extended certificate. In the level 2 land-based, it's very similar to the level 1 awards, where you would be based on all assignments, which should obviously be internally marked by us lecturers. Okay, so just to give you an overview of the modules. Okay, studied in here. Just find where they are. Okay, so the level 2 land-based 1 modules, they undertake modules such as work experience in the land-based industry. So you'll have a period where you go out on work experience, environmental and land-based business, introduction to farm animal production. Okay, so building on that livestock production and breeds from the level 1 diploma, land-based machinery operations. An introduction to that, introduction to animal and plant husbandry. So we'll have a little bit of an introduction into crop production and the animal husbandry requirements. So looking at different systems, dairy systems, sheep production systems, and all those things. Okay. And you will be undertaking a bit of estate maintenance. So we've got a large site here. Very lucky you've got on-farm, which is just on our doorstep. So there's plenty of jobs there for us to do, such as fencing, concreting, putting up new gates, and anything like that, really, for estate maintenance. There is, obviously, I forgot to mention, with the level 1 and 2 awards, obviously, because the entry requirements are below a C grade, you will have to carry on studying GCSE maths and English, the resits, while you are here. That's a requirement by Welsh Government to continually improve our students. Hopefully get that C. You would need to go on to the level 3. Okay. Modules for the level 2 are as follows. So as I said, the same entry requirements on the modules. So you're doing health and safety in the land-based industry, agricultural power units and machinery operation. So again, a bit more technical. Again, we'll more study different power units. So we'll look at mowers, straw choppers, slurry tankers, transmission systems in tractors. We'll do instruction to all them different things and how they work, looking at the different power units. And then we do machinery operations, such as all things from ploughing, muck spreading. We've even got our own second forage harvester, which we sometimes get out and use and help the farm staff and silage and stuff like that. We can get it working. Okay, and we've got crop husbandry. So looking at all the crops, wheat, barley, potatoes, carrots, we cover it all. Okay, we look at what machinery we'd use to grow them crops, what we'd need to grow them. So looking at the nutrients, planting specifications, everything you need in basic crop husbandry, really, for growing arable crops. Then we're looking at farm animal production, so building on animal production systems. We'd be going into typical targets you would look for milk yield, such as weights for beef cattle. We've got we milk here, and we also finish beef. We've got sheep, 800 head ewe flock. Okay, so there's plenty of practicals to do there, from dosing. You can do a bit of milking, lambing, weighing the beef cattle. All these things we like to get our students involved with. Okay, And then farm estate maintenance, as I mentioned before, and then the physiology of plants and animals. So we're looking at animal anatomy and the physiology of plants and how that affects their growth, okay, linking into that crop husbandry module. And then you will carry out work experience again in the agricultural industry. Okay, it's typical of around 150 hours. Okay, so we usually do that after we've completed our assessments. So as I say, for the technical extended certificate, we usually have to get our synoptics completed by April, and then you'd be going on work experience from the beginning towards the end of April. To get that farm experience, you need to pass the course. Okay, and finally, the level 2, by the way, is a 3-day-a-week course as well. Okay, that goes from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The level 3 award is a 2-year course, 4 days a week. Okay, so as I said, it's a level 3 technical extended certificate in agriculture. Okay, and energy requirements for this would be from grade C or above. Okay, and we're looking at, we need maths, English, science. Okay, so we need 5 GCSEs at grade C or above. Okay, this course is aimed at more those who are looking on to going towards university, to study foundation degrees, BSc honours, all these types of things, or we've got career options into employment, such as farm managers, running your own farm business at home, and running your own farm business at home, contractor business, for those higher level work jobs, like. Okay. So the modules you'd be studying in this one would be so obviously the job roles looking at here: livestock specialist, machinery operator, agronomist, farm manager, as I said, or assistant farm manager. Those are our career prospects we look at. So our course modules. So our course modules would be this one: work experience in the land, in the agricultural sector again. So similar to the level 2, you do a minimum of 150 hours work experience. Okay. You'll also take on agricultural crop production. So we'll look into that into more detail again in level 3, to include things such as variety choice. We'll look at different drills, precision drilling, maize, all these different types of requirements needed to get the finer details, if you like, correct in the crop husbandry sector. Okay, we start livestock practicals outside, and we do now sheep production, beef production, and dairy production, all is separate modules. Okay, we're looking to grassland management now, so we're looking at managing paddocks. So we'll be allowed to do that on our farm in East Fassy, where we're managing. We'll be able to go out to the paddocks. We've got our own plate meter here, so we'll measure all the grass, and then students will be required to budget that grass for the farm. Okay. Forage crop production, so we're looking at our winter crops such as kale, swedes. We're also looking at things such as whole crop, crimping. We'll look at all that in forage crops. You'll still carry out agricultural business, and there is the opportunity in second year to do what we call a farm plan. So you'll have to, you're given a scenario, typically off the college farm, given all the finance data, which you will be able to have the opportunity to plan that business, your plans forward to run that business going forward. okay, which is obviously a good business skill if you're thinking of running your own farm at home. And we've got anatomy, so we're looking at the anatomy of plants and animals, and machinery operations again. So similar to level 2, we'll be looking at all the different power units, how they work, drive chains, electrics, and then we'll carry out machinery operations as well, such as ploughing. We'll get all the opportunities to do that, hopefully. Okay, so that's an overview of all our courses. Okay, so I'm just going to answer some typical Q&A, so questions and answers, what we get asked typically while we are, when we usually students come in for open days, which obviously we can't do at the minute. Okay, so usually do we get to work on the farm? The answer is yes. Okay, so level 2s and 3s get the opportunity to carry out a week on the farm where they do farm duties. So that includes staying in the hostel and getting up for milking and the morning tasks, and then you have time in the afternoon to go down and help the farm staff of anything they need doing, such as weighing or sorting out cattle, scraping out, whatever they need doing, really feeding, stuff like that. What type of practical work do we undertake as students? Okay, so we're quite flexible in this, as we like to get our students fully involved in the farm work going on. Okay, so anything that needs doing, really, we'll allow to carry out. So if the cattle need vaccinating, I know this week I've just been vaccinated with Bovy Past. Okay, so our level 3s did that. Got loads of dehorning to do. So obviously from the calves, we've got dehorning, tagging, shearing with the sheep. You'll get an opportunity to shear in the summer. Okay, where we have a week where all students get the chance to practice their shearing skills. When you come in September, we usually dag the sheep, okay? And there's also opportunities to carry out injections just after that. Select lambs for slaughter, we do foot trimming, sheep and cattle. Beef cattle, same again, so worming, bolusing, do all that. We can get them in, weigh them, okay? And as regards tractor work, we do ploughing on the machinery operations side. We do muck spreading. We do a bit of subsoiling as well. We've got a 2-leg subsoiler which we use. I've got loads of machinery here. Quite lucky with the engineering departments running alongside us. Got loads of new tractors always. So we've got machines such as John Deere, Kubota, Massey Ferguson, New Holland. So we're quite lucky in that we've got plenty of tractors and ploughs to go out, so you'll get a chance to do the ploughing. We've got discs, so we can go disking, we can go power harrowing, and a range of other things, topping. Anything that needs doing, really, we can always help out on the farm, so we're quite lucky in that aspect, okay? Another question is, do I need to buy my own PPE? Okay, so the answer is yes. So for agriculture, obviously, you could be doing anything from being down the lowlands milking to being right up the top, because we've got varying climates here at Llysfasi. Be 1,000 feet up doing estate skills, so fencing. So obviously it'd be quite cold up there, so it'd be handy if you always fetch warm clothes with you. Our typical kit range obviously ranges from waterproof trousers and coats, overalls, wellies, and steel toe cap boots, so we can do our workshop operations, such as welding, where we can't obviously do that in wellies due to a health and safety risk. So we can put you in touch with a place called WorkSafe, okay? They supply all our PPE, which you can get overalls with the Coleg Cambria logo on, okay? so we can put you in touch with them and that can be done. I'll answer just a few more, okay? I think there was one. Yeah, how many students stay in the hostel? Okay. Typically, so this year we've got about 20 to 25 students in the hostel. So obviously we've got hostel in Llysfasi for those who don't live nearby and would like to obviously traveling to and from every day isn't feasible. So we do have a hostel for those or anyone for that matter who wants to stay here during the stay of your course. So there's 20 to 25 students here. We do activities such as, obviously we can't with this climate, but hopefully we take you out to the cinema to watch a film, anything you want to do really, any activities, go karting. Okay, so the hostel students really get to know each other. We make sure got a games room in there or a TV so you can go and watch Netflix or whatever you want to do. Okay, so our students typically enjoy this, so that is a good opportunity to stay in the hostel. How long is a typical college day? So the college day goes from about 9 o'clock in the morning till 4. Okay, so it's 9 till 4, and you'll get an hour break, usually typically 12 to 1 for lunch. Okay. Level 3s, they do get Wednesday afternoons off, which we like to call as an independent study. Okay, because obviously those students are looking towards going towards university after, so it's important for our students to get a feel, if you like, of university life, where independent study will be a lot, will take up a lot of your time if you go into university in the future. So we usually like to allocate that independent study week to familiarise our students with what they'll be going into after they finish their course with us. How big is the farm? Yeah, okay, so I haven't really talked about the farm much. So the farm is about 1,000 acres with about 250 milking cows. We finish about 80 beef cattle a year. And we also, so we've got an 800 head of sheep. So our milking cows are Holstein Friesian with some Montbéliard crosses. And depending on the genetics of the cow, so our better genetic cows, we AI some sex semen, obviously with Holstein Friesian for our replacements. So we don't typically like to buy in. We like to rear our own replacements, obviously with the TB risk. So the better ones are AI'd, and then the ones we typically don't want to breed replacements from with AI, then with a Belgian Blue, Angus or Limousin bull. Okay, and that gives us our beef herd, if you like, which is the top shed at Llysfasi. We finish about 80 cattle a year for that. Okay, our sheep. Okay, so we've got varying climates going from hill to lowland land here at Llysfasi. So we've got Welsh mountains, which stay on the top of the hills, obviously, which are bred for that environment. The draft Welsh then come down, so we have a traditional system where we would cross them with a blue-faced Leicester ram, okay, to make the mule. And then they will come down to the lowlands where they're crossed with a Texel, and there has been some research going on with the Abatex. And we have got a small Thean flock is to go along with that on the lowlands as well. Okay. Cropping wise on the farm, we do a range of forage crops. So we do whole crop wheat typically. So it's winter wheat, so we plough in usually in September, we'll get that in, and then we'll whole crop that, and that's fed to the dairy and beef. And we grow about 60 acres of maize silage to feed to the dairy and beef cattle. I've got TMR here, so we give a TMR ration to all our livestock here, so that the sheep get one close to lambing when we bring them into the lambing shed. Dairy cattle and the beef cattle all get the TMR, so it's important tool we use on the farm to make sure we get the right diet to try and cut costs where possible. Okay, I'm going to finish there. Okay, so I hope that answers all your questions. If you've got any more or you're interested in any of the courses, don't hesitate to get in touch with any of our agricultural staff. Okay, so you can either ring or email via the Coleg Cambria website. There's more course information there on the internet. As I say, don't hesitate to get in touch, and we can definitely point you into the right direction of what we feel what course would be best suited to yourself. Okay, so hwyl fawr I fi. I hope, as I said, that was useful to you. Okay, and we'll see you again shortly. Okay, so hwyl fawr, diolch yn fawr iawn. Thank you.